fired. It doesn't make any difference anymore. They're not going to be able to be allowed to run in this one anyway. As we take a look at the inside of the race course here up in the upper corner, as boats begin to score up, it appears that it'll be Jerry Hopp taking lane 1, George Woods in lane 2, and Jack Berry wide on the outside, an all-piston heat. And they're coming down. They've got plenty of time to get on it here. This will be a legal start, fair start, no problem. Everybody's throttling up. And Jack Berry on the outside leads them across the line with George Woods and the Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky, the KUBE, in the middle. As they come down to the first corner, there's George and there's Jack. George starts to pull away. Jack cuts into his rooster tail there on the outside as he comes into the corner, and that's Jerry Hopp on the upper part of your screen as he tries to make up some ground on the very inside of the race course, and he's doing fairly well doing that, Steve. He's hanging in there.
Yeah, he is. That's the advantage, being on the inside.
All right, George gets the acceleration up, airs the boat out, and begins to fly. There's Jack Berry on the outside. He seems to be losing a little bit of ground to George. In fact, he seems to be losing more than that. He's got some real problems. He's lost it to everybody, and Jerry Hopp has gone by him also. Meanwhile, George Woods, lap number 1, moves into the upper turn. The Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky, KUBE. This boat won in Miami, former Squire Shop hull, very popular team here in Seattle. Got a lot of fans, a lot of them all related to each other too, a huge Oberto family and contingent. There's George coming down and lap number 1 out front, and he comes across the line with a speed of 111.749, followed by Jerry Hopp, who's performing nicely in the Jackpot Food Mart at 101.666. George down to the south turn now. Lap number 1 completed. We're into the second lap. Heat 2C. All pistons here. All World War II fighter plane engines. All plenty old machinery. And it looks like we're going to lose the KISW right here at the start line because Jack just simply hasn't got any more power left under it, and he has gone dead in the water. Okay, George Woods up the back chute is your leader. There's Jack. That's it for him. And George continues to lead the Jackpot, and the interval is considerable at this point. The Rolls Merlin powered Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky, your leader going into the corner. And Jerry Hopp, who's got an Allison. Woo, nice hop for George. There's some big rollers. Ooh, and he over-revved too at the same time. He's got a 13.02 second lead on the Jackpot. Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky across to end lap number 2. George Woods a little slower on it this time, 108 for that one, 108.827. But he's got plenty of a lead on the Jackpot because the Jackpot has fallen off considerably as well. It says Jerry comes down to end lap number 2. His speed at 96.424 miles an hour. So we got a bit of a parade going out here now, gentlemen. George Woods out of the south turn, and he did take a bad hop in the north turn there and got into a hole and over-revved considerably and decided to back it way off after that. In fact, Steve, as you know, if the boats go slow as he is now, and on 110, 108 range, it actually is a very rough ride.
It can be a real tough ride. You don't fly over that stuff, you pound through it.
And fall in it sometimes, too.
Fall in it, yeah.
Okay, lap number 3 just about to be completed. George Woods in the Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky, KUBE, out of Seattle. Winner in Miami in the salt water.
Oh,
and George did have a problem. And hey, how about this? Jerry Hopp is going to come over and take over the lead. And when he does so, this will be a shot at the first win for a heat for Jerry this year.
That bounce in the water could have cost George an engine.
Could very well have cost him.
Hey, Steve and Mike.
And now coming through the turn and passing George, coming down to take the lead and to take lap number 3. We have the Jackpot Food Mart and Jerry Hopp out front. Yes, Scotty, go ahead.
You know, the Jackpot Food people have T-shirts this week in Seattle, and it says Jackpot Food Mart, and below it says "Pray for a miracle." Well, somebody, the good Lord, must be listening, huh?
Gotta be.
Must be.
Jerry Hopp is rolling out front right now. Jackpot Food Mart got it all his way. Got it all alone at the moment. And he's doing swell.
George Woods Jr. has got to be going crazy, gentlemen. He had 300 points. He picks up 400 here. He goes sailing along. Then if he finishes second even, he picks up 300. 600 puts him in the show. Now he's got 300. He just took himself out of the championship.
He may very well have. He's looking things over, and if there's any way he can get that Jim Harvey engine restarted, let me tell you, he will. He'll try in any event if it's not too bad, but right now he's just checking things out. The speed on the jackpot at the end of lap number 3 was 96.35 miles an hour. So Jerry is out on a Sunday afternoon boat ride in one of the older boats in the pits. And look at him come through the turn. He's got to be grinning ear to ear. I'll tell you what, Jerry is just enjoying this a whole lot, and it's a tribute to Al Thorson too, because consistency, just plain making them go, picking them up and laying them down, even if they're not so big and so shiny. And that's exactly the way it is. But these guys have been doing that, and they deserve this, I'll tell you, because you've got to put it together and make it run, or you don't finish. And that's what the name of the game is. And whether it's fast or whether it's slow, you got to admit, Scott, they're running and everybody else isn't.
That's right. That's the name of the game. And I've been there many, many times in the past, and I could empathize with them. And this is it's a nice thing for, especially for the jackpot food people. They've been in the sport a couple years now. They support Jerry and Al pretty much year round. And for them to get out and get a little exposure, I mean, let's face it, if these guys weren't going dead, we wouldn't have the camera on them.
That's
also,
exactly right.
No.
Now, here's also a point. As he drives around, gentlemen, Steve and Scott, he's got to hear every nut and bolt and piston. He's got to hear every sound in the world, praying it holds together, because he's in the championship if it does.
He's in the final if it does. You're absolutely right.
Is he in the final? Will this
He'd have 169 plus 4. Sure, 569 will put him in. You bet.
Oh boy, well that's a happy day for them. Well, I'll tell you,
better believe it is.
a paycheck in the
You
final
watch
for
this
those
one
guys.
up close now. You can see the grid. Here comes Jerry Hopp. Last speed on lap 4 was 94.7. He's going to come right on inside and wave to everybody home.
Oh yeah, and what
He
he's going
is
to do is
one
hit the
happy
crane
man.
down here.
He is one happy man. Jerry Hopp wins Heat 2C. Yeah, all right, Jerry.
Hippity hop, hippity hop.
And that's a popular win, Steve Reynolds. They liked it here.
Let's head over to Jeff Burnside. He's with the winner, the jackpot. Let's go to Jeff.
That's right. Jackpot crew very victorious. Jerry Hopp, the congratulatory drink there. It must have been a hot ride, but a successful one. How do you feel?
Well, that's the first race victory or heat victory I've ever had, and since I've been racing since 1981. I'm glad it happened here on Lake Washington, and it couldn't have happened without the crew. In the first heat, we broke the bottom of the boat. We've had the thing up on stands, and we got it. They put the last screw when the 5-minute gun fired. They're putting the last screws in the boat. We're in the water. They're taping up the holes and stuff, and we pull out of the pits. Win the race. Yeah, Miss Jackpot is happy.